Summer 2005. At the end of a desolate road in Georgia, a freshly dug grave awaits the Grim Reaper. But the victims aren't dead.
It's really frightening to think about, and I don't even like to think about the way they died.
Charleston, South Carolina. 23-year-old Tiffany Cole welcomes regular visits from her kind neighbors, Reggie and Carol Sumner.
How's your dad?
Tiffany's father is dying of cancer, and the Sumners are helping him through his last days.
We'll go up and see how he is. Why don't you go out for a while and have some fun?
They were sweet, they were loving, they cared about their family, and they cared about people. They cared about Tiffany Cole. And that's one of the tragedies of this case.
The Sumners can't stay long. They are retiring to the Florida sunshine. But before they go, they give Tiffany one last helping hand.
We're happy to help you, sweetie. We don't need all the money right now. You just pay us when you can.
When they learned that Tiffany needed a car, they sold their car to Tiffany.
Don't forget, if you're ever down in Florida, there's always a bed at our place. That's right, honey?
For sure.
Thank you.
Told her that if you're ever in Jacksonville, you need a place to crash, you can come stay with us.
It's a fateful invitation. After her father passes away, Tiffany changes. She starts mixing with a bad crowd. Drinking, drugs, and petty crime are now her priorities.
Tiffany was just partying. She had gotten involved, was doing some cocaine, and she was even selling drugs just to get more money to support partying more.
Hey, haven't got it. Hey.
Hey, man. Michael, this is Tiffany. Tiffany, this is Michael.
Howdy.
She falls for bad boy Michael Jackson.
Tiffany and Michael's relationship was a match made in hell.
Michael Jackson, in my estimation, is the epitome of a sociopath.
He thought he was kind of king of the world.
That works, that works.
He was just motivated by greed above all things.
Michael Jackson is a thief and soon has Tiffany under his spell.
He was out there trying to get the next big score, and in this case, he was going to do whatever it took to get some money.
When they need cash, Tiffany remembers the Sumners' kind-hearted offer. And so they plan a road trip to Florida.
Michael and Tiffany wound up in Jacksonville. And they spent a couple nights at the Sumners.
Hi, Tiffany. Come on in.
Hi, guys. Come on in. Good to see you.
Hey, nice coins.
It's my pride and joy. Spent more than I should have.
Tiffany realized we've got easy marks here.
The Sumners had cash from when they sold their home, had a nice car. Reggie Sumner had a coin collection.
Tiffany has handed her neighbors to her sociopathic boyfriend
Nice.
on a silver platter.
You know, they're both so old and weak. It'd be like so easy to rob them.
Yeah, we gotta get that credit card details just so we can get the cash out.
This plan developed where they would abduct the Sumners and ultimately kill them in order to get the codes for their ATM, for their credit cards, so that they could empty their bank accounts.
Their cash out otherwise.
Hey, buddy.
guys?
How are you guys?
Hey, dudes. How you guys doing?
Good.
Are we part of a robbery? Easiest one you'll ever do. No, right?
Hi, man. How about you?
Sounds cool.
Michael brought in Alan Wade and Bruce Nixon pretty much for muscle.
Tiffany's plan calls for some macabre preparations.
A couple days before the Sumners were kidnapped, the 4 defendants went across the state line up to Georgia. They dug a grave.
Hey, you hear that duct tape? It goes like I told you to.
Yeah.
Tiffany held the flashlight while they dug that grave. She knew what was going to happen.
Hey guys, they already know Michael and I, so you two are gonna have to go to the door.
Yeah, she's right, guys. Come on, keep going.
She knew these people. They had been good to her. In the end, it didn't matter at all.
– 2005. In the heat of the 4th of July holiday, while the nation celebrates independence, Tiffany Cole and her accomplices are about to pay Reggie and Carol Sumner a surprise visit.
The decision was made to send Alan and Bruce in because the Sumners didn't know them. They knocked on the door, said they needed to use the phone.
Hi, our car's broken down. Do you mind if we use your phone?
Oh, your car's broken down.
Yeah.
That's terrible. Come on in. The phone's right there. Hey, Richie, these guys just...
Please, please, please.
As soon as they got inside, they tied them up and began to ransack the house. They found Reggie's coin collection, the ATM cards that they were looking for.
Is he done? We need him out!
Without a glimmer of sympathy, Tiffany watches while the Sumners are bound, gagged, and shoved into the trunk of their own car. Tiffany and the gang head to the prepared gravesite. When they open the trunk, they find the Sumners hugging each other and praying.
They're both very sickly, and you can imagine this 35-minute drive in their trunk. They're very weak at this point.
Get out! Just give me the number and you don't have to go there! Give me the goddamn PIN number! Give me the PIN number! Now!
4095.
Michael managed to get Reggie to give up the PIN numbers to the bank accounts.
With access to all their cash, the gang can let the frail couple go.
4095.
But they don't.
Michael and Alan began shoveling dirt onto the Sumners.
The dirt is slowly filling in the hole, getting higher and higher. It's crushing their chest.
Hurry up, guys. Come on, we gotta get out of here.
The Sumners are being buried alive.
Imagine how long it takes when you first put the first scoop of dirt in. Okay, maybe we should stop now. We've gone far enough. The second, the third, the fourth, the dirt's halfway up the hole and you're still filling it in, and you're just watching. They were alive until the very last minute because we know that once the dirt reached their mouth, they actually inhaled dirt.
When their bodies were found, they were hugging each other.
Tiffany had so little decency in her soul. She didn't even kill these people before she put them in their grave.
I can't imagine any more heinous way to die.
The Sumners helped Tiffany and her father in their hour of need. Now, they are repaid with death.
That tells me quite a bit about what was in Tiffany's heart. She could cold-bloodedly plan out the murder of an elderly couple who had been good to her. And the murder wasn't even necessary anyway.
Ah, we go.
The gang goes on a spending spree.
Oh, come on.
They went to an ATM machine to use a credit card within several minutes of them being buried alive.
All right, it's photo time. Photos. Oh, come on, sweetheart. Smile for the camera. You know, come on, like you're a supermodel.
Back in Jacksonville, concerned family members have reported the Sumners missing. Police start tracking their credit cards.
At one point, the police put a freeze on the ATM card.
When the money tap turns off, the killers are forced to make a move. It's a dumb one.
Michael Jackson comes up with this plan that he's going to call the sheriff's office and pretend to be Reggie Sumner.
Oh, hello. It's Mr. Sumner here.
Well, we got people all over the place looking for you.
Yeah, well, we just wanted to let you know that we're okay.
The sheriff's office is very aware that this is not Reggie Sumner. This is not a sickly 60-something-year-old man that they're talking to on the phone. They ask, continuing the ruse, is Carol there?
Oh, yeah, she's right here.
And Michael says, yeah, sure, Carol's here.
Straight on.
And then Tiffany Cole gets on the phone. And Tiffany Cole pretends to be Carol.
Yeah, hey, this is Carol Sumner. Yeah, oh yeah, we're totally fine.
With their prime suspects on the line, the police reactivate the credit cards, hoping to hook them. It works. A spending trail leads them straight to Tiffany and Michael.
They find Michael Jackson and Tiffany Cole in one hotel room with items belonging to Reggie and Carol.
In 2007, Tiffany Cole and Michael Jackson are tried for murder. Michael receives the death penalty. Tiffany tries to put the blame on her lover.
She has maintained that she did not know this was going to turn into a murder, that she thought it was a simple robbery. She's never really taken responsibility for her role in this crime.
The jury doesn't buy her story. Tiffany Cole also receives the death penalty for the double murder. She is currently on Florida's death row.
In the end, it was Tiffany who introduced Michael to her friends, the Sumners. And in the end, it was Tiffany who waited while the Sumners were killed. Tiffany was the architect of her own life, and now she's on death row.
On the streets of Auburn, California, in the summer of 1983, a young teenager is looking for trouble.
Cindy was somebody you would never want to get on the bad side of.
Think you're better than me, huh?
People were afraid of Cindy.
I'll kill you,
15-year-old Cindy Collier is angry at the world for the hurt she has already experienced in her short life.
Cindy had been abused and raped before she was even 10 years old. She hated people, and she wanted to make them pay basically for the sins of others.
In and out of trouble, Cindy is well known to police.
It started out with fairly petty crimes, shoplifting, bullying of other students, and then it escalated to theft of an automobile. She was on her way up in terms of escalating to a little bit higher crime.
Her father starts abusing her sexually and passing her around when she's a very little girl. There was nowhere for Shirley to turn, and she grew up full of rage.
The girls with so much in common, become instant soulmates.
It was a match made in hell. They were perfect for each other. In the other one, they saw themselves, and they liked what they saw. It made their behavior okay.
Just hours after meeting, Cindy and Shirley start planning a life together on the road.
Gotta get out of here.
I think Shirley was feeling increasingly hopeless and helpless.
You wanna go? Getting out of here is easy. Really? Yeah. Done it loads of times.
Cindy, on the other hand, I think was just in a place of pure rebellion.
We could steal a car, go on a road trip.
Cindy was the one who said, I think we need to run away. In order to do that, we need a car.
I know a place where there's loads of old people living.
We will need to find someone who is very old and infirm, because that way they can't fight back. And as a matter of fact, we're probably going to have to kill them, because that way they won't be able to rat on us to the cops.
The abused children now want to be the abusers.
Shirley, as she did over and over in her life, pretty much said, oh, okay. If that's what you want to do, that's what we'll do.
When Cindy and Shirley met, it was only a matter of hours before they decided to kill a stranger. This was lightning speed, and I think it speaks to how rageful and ready to explode both of these young teenage women were.
The girls dye their hair in a childish attempt to disguise themselves.
They were both very jaunty, and they were both almost cocky.
Hunting for a perfect victim, they go knocking on doors in the suburb of Auburn Greens, where Cindy once lived.
Shirley and Cindy weren't stupid. They knew they probably couldn't handle killing an able-bodied adult male.
Yes?
Hi, can we please use your phone?
No, I'm sorry. My phone's not working.
Screw you, Grandpa. Come on.
After several failed attempts, they strike it lucky.
They finally knocked on the door of what would become for them the perfect victim. A helpless, frail, kind, and trusting little old lady.
Hello, what can I do for you?
85-year-old Anna Brackett lives alone.
Hi, could you please help us? We need to call our parents, and the phone on the street's not working.
Sure, come on in. You're welcome. Come through.
The grandmother is more than happy to help two young girls. Her kind offer will be her last. June 14th, 1983. Auburn Greens, California. Child abuse victims Cindy Collier and Shirley Wolf are angry souls.
Hello, what can I do for you girls?
They want the ultimate revenge for their miserable lives. They con their way into the home of unsuspecting 85-year-old Anna Brackett.
Some killers have said they didn't really want to know anything about their victim because it made it harder to kill them.
It's a lovely photo.
That wasn't the case for Shirley and Cindy. They sat and chatted with this very nice woman for an hour.
And this is another one of my husband and I.
Doesn't mean they didn't want to kill her. I think they were working up the courage.
Hello, Carl. Yes?
The small talk comes to an abrupt end.
That was my son, Carl. He's going to take me out.
It's time.
Cindy went into the kitchen, grabbed a knife, and tossed it to Shirley. Cindy definitely was the controller. Shirley was the submissive one.
When teenage girls kill, they can be very, very vicious, much more vicious than adult women. They have a tremendous amount of pent-up anger and rage. It's as if they're wild animals when they're alone with someone they want to kill.
There would be an incredible amount of pain associated with stabbing, with the cutting of one's soft tissues, and driving the blade all the way through. The knife could have hit bone, and we know that nerves run alongside the bone, and that could have been incredibly painful.
Shirley had indicated that something that Mrs. Brackett had said was, "I'm dying," and Shirley said, "Good." Mrs. Brackett ended up being stabbed 28 times, but the coroner could not verify that it was only 28 because so many of the stab wounds may have had multiple entry points.
Only hours after meeting for the first time, Cindy and Shirley, barely in their teens, become baby-faced killers. All their anger about their childhood abuse is directed at an innocent old lady.
It was an acting out of their own internal rages and their own sense of helplessness.
After Anna's body is found by her son, police start knocking on doors themselves and hear about the two loud redheads.
They were kind of harassing other people. They basically left a lot of testimony by witnesses.
The girls never steal a car and run away. Instead, they return to Cindy's family home.
Shirley writes in a journal, "We killed an old lady today, and it was fun." She had no remorse, and she wanted the world to know.
Shirley's wish comes true. The murder makes the evening news.
They watched the news of the murder of Mrs. Brackett and then went to sleep.
Cindy's a familiar face in the victim's neighborhood. She used to live there, and her name is on everyone's lips.
Cindy was recognized, but the law enforcement did not believe that they were involved in the crime. They thought that at the very least, perhaps, they might be witnesses.
Later that night, police arrive at Cindy's home.
They separated the two girls just simply to talk to them individually. And Shirley immediately said, "We did it," to the detective. He thought he couldn't really be hearing what he was hearing, but he was.
July 1983. A juvenile court finds Cindy Collier and Shirley Wolfe guilty of murder.
They were proud of murdering Anna. They felt entitled to murder Anna, and they wanted to take credit for it.
The teenagers both received the maximum sentence under California state law for young offenders: incarceration until their 25th birthday.
I know that Shirley has continued to be in trouble with the law, not excessively serious trouble. Prostitution, some theft, burglaries, drug abuse. Cindy, however, has maintained a clean record. Perhaps all she needed was some time to reflect on what she had done.
Shirley became the vicious, murderous teenage girl that she was because of her horrible, abusive upbringing. Both of these girls were ticking time bombs to hurt another person.
Today, Cindy and Shirley are both free. They could be living in a neighborhood near you. Lexington, Kentucky, the horse capital of the world. A long way from the million-dollar studs, the city's back streets are the haunt of Tina Powell and LaFonda Faye Foster.
Need more money.
They both went hand in hand when it came to carousing, doing whatever they could to get money to either drink or do drugs or both. Tina did do some strip dancing, and both would attempt to turn prostitution deals.
No one can understand what comes over the pair of them on April 23rd, 1986, at the home of Carlos and Virginia Kearns, their regular drinking partners.
They were all alcoholics, all people who were sort of from the seamier side of life.
You got some money?
Their older friends are easy targets.
You got something. You gotta give me something.
What you gonna give me for it?
I know how much you like that bath I gave you. If you give me some money, though, you give me some money and I'll give you.
The women need cash for drugs,
Carlos, I need the money now.
but are not getting any.
You need to give me the money. I don't think we got no money, sweetheart. Carlos, I
They
need
take matters into their own hands.
You're lying to me!
No, I'm not.
Carlos, give me the money, all right? Finally!
All I got is a social security check. I'd have to know somebody to cash it.
All right, let's go cash it then. You're all coming, we're all gonna go cash it, all right? Come on!
High on drugs and alcohol,
Drugs, hurry up!
the victims go along to save their skins.
The reputation of Faye Foster was rather formidable.
Tina, over there.
I expect that fear had a lot to play with not trying to resist.
We're gonna go in and cash this check, okay? Y'all stay in here, or else I'll kill you.
She was a very mean woman.
Can you cash that, please?
Carlos needs to sign the check personally.
I'm afraid I can't.
Why not? It's only $50.
But when they get to the store, for some reason, the women leave him in the car.
Whatever, if you give us 25.
I'm sorry, can't do it. I don't have the authorization.
Hey guys, how y'all doing?
Hey, Roger, when did you get out?
Just this morning.
Got any money?
Frustrated, the women's crazy solution
Come on, you're coming with us.
is to take a fifth hostage. An old friend, Roger Keene.
Hey, Theo, how you doing? All right? Carlos.
All right.
It's too crowded. I can't get in there.
Get the car, Roger.
All right.
Sort of desperate to get money. And apparently as the day and the night wore on, they got more and more desperate.
They have 5 hostages with hardly $1 between them.
Roger, I thought you said you had some money.
I said it wasn't much.
We have to have money.
Damn it, I don't believe none of you
any money.
The drug addict's frustration
All right, get out now.
turns to fury.
Now! Come on! Out of the car now! Come on!
These poor people were just sort of drunk out of their minds and being sort of led to slaughter.
Get down on the ground! Face first, down! Get down!
LaFonda Faye Foster and Tina Powell now do something totally senseless.
Tina Powell did all of the stabbing with this rather unique configured hunting knife.
The blows leave the hostages wounded, but not fatally. LaFonda Faye's gun also has little effect.
The .22 caliber revolver was what we would call a Saturday night special, probably obtainable for $5 to $10 on the street. The ammunition was a mishmash of ammunition.
She ain't moving.
Inept is the best word I can come up with.
It's Tina who finally takes the first life. 59-year-old Trudy Harrell's throat is cut.
It's unclear to me why LaFonda and Tina killed her. I think they only did it because they wanted to. It looked like fun, and it was something they had never done before.
With one woman dead, a night of horror on the streets of Lexington is only just beginning.
Once they killed their first victim, they had 4 living witnesses to deal with. There was no stopping.
April 23rd, 1986.
I need some 22s or 38s.
Drug addicts LaFonda Faye Foster
Sorry, there's none left.
and Tina Powell are desperate for more ammunition.
Well,
The women are on a murder spree. They've killed one person and have taken 4 other people hostage.
The drugs and alcohol probably made it easier for LaFonda and Tina to kill. But the foundation that led them to the desire to kill had been there for years.
In a back street of Lexington, Kentucky, Virginia Kearns becomes their second victim. Her husband, Carlos, powerless to save her. The city has never known a night like this.
It was kind of crazy that night. Bodies just kept showing up fairly close to each other. The police, for a while, couldn't figure out what was going on. It was kind of like, you're kidding, not another body.
2 women are dead, and the night will go from bad to worse.
We found the body of Roger Keene underneath the car. And we found the body of Ted Sweet leaned up to the back of the car. You could see the gunshot wounds. You could also tell that he had been run over by the car.
Their 5th and final victim, Carlos Kearns, is shot, stabbed, and left to die in a blazing inferno.
None of those people needed to die. Those people were harmless.
You girls all right?
Yeah, we're fine. We were just fighting. Is there a bathroom? Somewhere we can
Lexington's worst mass murder in history doesn't remain a mystery for long. The two women choose a nearby public hospital to clean up.
I can't believe there's so much blood. No, it's right in my arms.
They were just saturated in blood. In fact, the blood had identifying factors from all the victims on it.
Whether it is the drugs or stupidity, LaFonda Faye Foster and Tina Powell make the prosecutor's job easy.
Gross.
The nursing staff there at the hospital knew something had to be wrong and notified the police.
Within minutes of arriving, the two women are arrested. In 1987, Tina Powell is found guilty of 5 counts of murder and sentenced to life in prison. She's eligible for parole in 2021. LaFonda Faye Foster is convicted of 5 counts of first-degree murder and receives the death penalty. Granted a retrial in 1991, she pleads guilty, avoids execution, and is now serving a life sentence.
Still the largest mass murder in Lexington history. It wasn't a crime of hatred, it wasn't a crime of anger or passion. It was just, they were really drunk and they weren't getting what they wanted.
LaFonda and Tina were able to kill in a heartless manner and had no remorse for what they did because they were sociopaths. They had no empathy for any other human being. When they met and joined forces, they became deadly women.
A woman with ambition.
All she needed in life to make her happy was money.
For wealth and independence.
She may have just hated him. She may have just wanted him out of the way.
Can be ruthless.
But I think she wanted the money.
(1992), Huntsville, Alabama. Twins Betty Wilson and Peggy Lowe enjoy each other's company. They share the same gene pool, but are very different individuals.
Peggy Lowe sang in the choir at a big Baptist church. She was a school teacher, and she was held in high regard in the community.
Her sister Betty has a more flashy reputation.
Betty lived what some would call a liberated lifestyle.
It's a bit early to be drinking, isn't it? No.
And partied quite a bit. Did anything she wanted to do.
She collected things like fur coats, diamonds, jewelry. She had a pretty good collection of luxury items.
A nurse, Betty is married to wealthy ophthalmologist Jack Wilson.
She wanted to find a rich doctor. She was infatuated with money and with the status that a doctor could bring her.
Jack is quite a catch.
Look what I just got, Jack. Isn't it gorgeous?
Dr. Wilson was a one-of-a-kind guy. He was a generous man. He had a sign in his office that said, "If you can't pay, see the doc."
right, Simon. Now then, let's have a look at these eyes of yours.
Dr. Jack Wilson was like one of those doctors that did everything for everyone. He was a great person to be around, to have as a doctor. He was just an outstanding guy.
There's no question he was one of the most beloved men in Huntsville, Alabama.
Well, you got a slight astigmatism, but I don't think you're gonna need glasses. Thanks, Doc.
But this generous doctor has health problems of his own. He suffers from Crohn's disease, an inflammatory bowel disorder.
Required him to wear a colonoscopy bag, which was very uncomfortable for him and apparently very odious to her.
Oh, honey. Do not disgust me.
Betty has no sympathy. She ridicules him publicly in the most heartless way.
She would say things like, "You make me sick, and I don't want to see you anymore."
Thank you.
She would do this before the personnel in Jack's office, for example.
She would say things to him like, "You disgust me," which probably in Jack's heart was his biggest fear, that he would ever disgust anyone because of his condition. And she played on that fear.
Repelled by her husband's condition,
Oh, you're too much.
Betty openly takes lovers.
Well, that is for sure.
Betty was notorious.
I'm just gonna reach in here.
She was very freewheeling. She was not abashed about her sexual encounters. Promiscuous would be an understatement.
Why, Jack? Come to get your briefcase. Bye-bye now.
She told Jack, and she was never going to have sex with him again.
The one thing Betty likes about Jack is his money.
I think she just wanted to live her lifestyle the way she wanted to live it. And she was quite opposite from her sister in that regard.
Betty's sister, Peggy, lives a very different life. She's known for helping those in need.
Feel like some lunch?
Yeah, that'd be great. Thanks.
Like out-of-work handyman James White.
He'd been a loser all of his life. He had lost his children. He went from job to job being a workman.
I'm doing pretty tough, actually.
Peggy met James through some work that she had done at her school. She needed bookshelves for her classroom. She learned that James Dennison White was a handyman in the area.
She sends him to her sister Betty, who has a job for him.
James Dennison White is and was a wretched human being.
I have something I think you'll be very interested in.
Hiring James White will propel the twins into a real-life tragedy the town will never forget.
He was a drug addict, he was a liar, he was a cheater, he was a deserter. He was a whole lot of bad things.
Soon, James adds one more thing to the list. Killer. Huntsville, Alabama, 1992. Betty Wilson likes a good time. She's bored with her 14-year marriage to ailing husband, Jack.
I think Betty married Jack Wilson for two reasons. Number one, he was an ophthalmologist, which probably meant he made a lot more money than most doctors do. And secondly, he was chronically ill with a serious, debilitating disease. She thought he would die.
In May 1992, Betty and Jack's marriage comes to an abrupt end.
James White was waiting for him inside.
What the? What are you doing?
They scuffled. James White picked up this baseball bat and meticulously beat Jack to death with it. It was a brutal murder.
Get out of my house!
It looks like a burglary gone wrong. Until the police receive a phone call from James White's former girlfriend.
The police zeroed in on James pretty quickly. They got a tip from an informant who said that she was a former girlfriend of James White, and that he had talked to her in a drunken stupor about being hired to kill someone in Huntsville.
After he was captured, he told a series of stories.
James confesses, but insists he is a contract killer. And his alleged clients will stun officials.
He got around to admitting that he had been hired to commit the murder by the twin sisters.
James says his instructions come not only from Betty, but her twin sister, Peggy.
Said that Betty Wilson and Peggy Lowe hired him to go and kill Dr. Jack Wilson. And they were going to pay him $5,000.
Betty's disdain for her husband is well known.
Betty Wilson was viewed as a social climber, having affairs while married to this great Dr. Jack Wilson and all of the great things that he did.
Betty's reputation at the time of the murder would have been something else. It would have been a little more sinister. She had a reputation of being unfaithful to her husband and was held in low regard.
But the town finds it impossible to accept Peggy as a suspect.
Well, I think they were probably opposite extremes. Peggy Lowe was held, I guess, in high regard.
In Vincent, Alabama, Peggy Lowe was loved. They loved her. Everyone loved her.
There is no forensic evidence implicating either twin. But James's testimony and a library book checked out by Betty Wilson are enough for arrests.
They were connected by a library book, which was checked out from the Huntsville Library.
Ow, you are hurting me.
Where Betty had actually transferred some money to him, and he still had the book in his car at the time he was arrested.
The verdict is something only a jury can decide. James White is the star witness.
He worked out a deal where he would get a reduced sentence in return for testifying against the two women.
In court, as in life, the sisters are opposites.
Peggy was acquitted by the jury in her case.
There's absolutely no way she could have done any of this.
While Peggy is found innocent, Betty is found guilty of murder. She is sentenced to life in prison without parole.
The facts that we brought together painted the picture of a vile and contemptuous woman who had everything but wanted more.
Betty denies ever meeting James White, and to this day proclaims her innocence. Peggy supports her sister's claims.
Betty Wilson has no empathy for other people. She doesn't feel bad about hurting other people. It's hard for me as a registered nurse to say that about another registered nurse. But I do believe this to be true. Betty Wilson was a dangerous woman, and she still is. She's right where she needs to be for the rest of her life.
Envy of others can be dangerous.
That would be her dream, to own such a property.
It can turn neighbor against neighbor.
She would say anything to get what she wanted. I don't even know if I can tell you.
With chilling consequences.
What happened, Kim? This involved a degree of violence that was very great.
That leave communities in shock.
That one of their own should be the killer, which psychologically traumatised that community.
2006, Nowra, New South Wales, Australia. A small, peaceful town where Greg Hossa and his wife, Catherine McKay, own a horse farm.
They were just a loving couple, gave their time for community groups and organisations.
They board horses on their property. One of their clients is 35-year-old Kim Snibson, a mom with 2 young daughters.
Kim Snibson seemed to be your average mum. She was an animal lover. She had dogs, she had a horse. She seemed to like the rural lifestyle of Nowra.
But Kim is a very jealous person. She envies Greg and Catherine's small property. She can only dream of owning one, for now.
Champagne Shires would be her dream, to own such a property. It reflected all the things that she loved the most, touching upon her connection with animals.
Kim has a dark side she hides from her family, and an evil plan.
For a significant period of time, she had plans which involved the infliction of violence to obtain something, probably property.
We could do this. We'll kidnap them, get them to sign the house over to me, and then kill them.
She tries to recruit acquaintances to help.
What do you think?
Most think she is joking.
Yeah, sure, Kim. No worries.
She's not.
No, I'm serious. We could do this. And we could split the money 50-50.
There was a history of manipulative behaviour, lying in order to achieve her ends. There was the element of seeking people to sign over property to her.
Friends try to warn Kim's devoted husband, Paul,
Then she said if I could help her to kill them.
about her bizarre plots.
Give us a break. Are you mad? My wife would never say that.
But he doesn't believe their stories.
Paul, she did say that.
Bye, honey.
Kim is a very bright person.
She did.
Unfortunately, she used that intellect of hers for evil.
Kim has the perfect place to stable her horse, in the caring hands of Greg and Catherine.
She went to the property regularly to tend to her own horse and got to know Greg and Catherine in that way. They were very well respected and loved in that town. It's a small town, everybody knows each other.
Kim always wants something for nothing and doesn't pay the bill.
She owed them $300 for taking care of her horses.
It's a small amount.
Listen, I just wanted to let you know I can't afford to pay my bill right now. But I promise I will pay as soon as I can.
It's okay. Whenever you got it.
Thank you. Thanks.
Greg and Catherine are understanding, but that doesn't make Kim happy. Instead, it fuels her jealousy of the couple.
She envied what they had.
Clearly, she had her sights on them.
Kim starts fantasizing about owning their horse property.
She wanted them to somehow sign over their farm to her.
It's an insane idea. But like she's done in the past, she tries to recruit help.
I know that You're a family man, and I wasn't even sure if I should be telling you this, but...
By doing what she does best, manipulating people.
There was a history of manipulative behaviour, lying in order to achieve her ends.
She spins neighbor Andrew Flintjar a wicked lie about Greg and Catherine.
Andrew was told by Kim that the couple had sexually abused her child and had videoed the episode.
That's disgusting. People like that should be shot.
Exactly. They need to be punished.
I should belt him for touching her. The pervert.
There was no evidence at any time in court that Catherine or Greg had engaged in anything like that.
Andrew thinks it's just muscle she wants.
Go for it.
With Andrew on board, Kim approaches another neighbor.
Stacey Lee Caton was a known criminal. He had said that he had wanted to get his life back on track.
What happened, Kim?
Kim fabricates a different story.
He drugged me. And then he filmed me performing this lewd sex act. It was horrible.
Stacey Lee Caton was told by her that a couple had drugged her, sexually assaulted her, and videoed the episode.
It seems to be a total fantasy on her part.
Stacey.
So she employed a means of modulating the story, depending on the person who was the recipient of it, to press the right buttons. The theme was always one of sexual impropriety. And of course, nothing excites people's sympathy more than that.
Two men,
Stacey.
Two different lies, but both take the bait.
I want to get back at him.
She knew exactly what to say to each one to get them worked up enough to help her kill.
It was a very dangerous thing for her to do, because these two had never met each other before and had no reason to meet.
I'll help you, Kim. Just tell me what you want me to do.
Both men underestimate Kim's true nature.
100% there.
Ken Snibson was the perfect sociopath.
Make him pay.
Sociopaths love to manipulate other people. It's fun for them. They consider it part of the chase, part of the leading up to any crime.
Kim's ready to make her twisted dreams a deadly reality.
Finally, she worked up to the ultimate crime.
I've got an idea. It's gonna take a lot of work.
January 28th, 2006, Nowra, Australia. 35-year-old Kim Snibson wants something for nothing. Her web of lies has convinced locals, Andrew Flintjar and Stacey Lee Caton, to help her. They think they are needed to rough up the owners of a horse farm.
Hi, Greg, can you come over? There's something I want to talk to you about.
Kim lures Greg Hossa to her house.
Okay.
Is he coming?
He's coming.
He came quickly after that conversation occurred. He didn't think that he was in any danger or that there would be any problem.
Kim, hello, it's me. It's Greg.
He was struck to the head with a lump of wood, hog-tied, meaning his feet were bound and pulled up behind his back.
He said, "Why is this happening?" Andrew Flintjar has said it's because of what you did to the kids, or he said something about being a pedophile.
The men finally realize they have been told different lies.
Which is not what Stacey Lee Caton had heard at all. That, according to him, that's not why he was there.
Kim must have known that the point in time would be reached where her lies would be exposed. But she would have then taken things to the point of no return.
With Greg in agony, Kim calls his wife, Catherine.
It's Kim.
It's a call
I need to
any
talk to you.
wife would dread.
There's something I need to tell you about Greg and I. We've been having an affair. Yeah, now's good. See you in a minute.
There had never been any affair between Greg and Kim Snibson.
Kim, what are you going on about? What's that phone call about? Greg would never do such a thing to me. Did you...
She too was hog-tied. She too had a sock stuffed in the mouth and tape wrapped around her mouth as well. One can imagine the fear suffered by these people. This involved a degree of violence that was very great.
Kim gives Andrew and Stacy Lee chilling instructions. It's more than they bargained for.
Keep an eye on him. We're gonna go get the barrel.
They collected 44-gallon drums from Champagne Shires and brought them back to the house.
In an ominous move, Catherine is shoved into the oil drum. Kim has a horrific way to deal with her neighbor's resistance.
She murdered Catherine by wrapping tape around her face and eyes and nose. And they stood there and watched her die over several minutes.
Stacy Lee Caton looks on. It was never meant to come to this.
She's dead.
Now it's his turn.
Kim's got a different plan for Greg.
Kim killed Greg Hoser by garroting him with electrical wire. Kim killed them both deliberately and methodically.
Kim is a natural-born killer. She wanted to commit murder.
Kidnapped and brutally forced into makeshift coffins, a loving husband and wife are dead.
Once it got dark, the barrels were loaded into the back of Kim Snibson's station wagon and taken out to the state forest.
Kim Snibson commits one final grisly act.
They were doused in petrol and set alight.
Incinerating the bodies was done for no other purpose than to destroy evidence that those two poor people had ever been to Kim's house that day. I have been involved in some shocking crimes involving dreadful brutality. This case stands out because in my career, I can only reasonably expect to come across one or two sociopaths, and that's what Kim Snibson is.
Within hours, unable to live with the horror he's been part of, Stacy Lee Caton reveals the murderous deed.
Stacy Lee Caton went next door to his sister's house and spoke to her and her husband and gave them some details of what happened, and they took him to the police station.
The community was devastated by it. Devastated. That one of their own should be the killer was something which psychologically traumatised that community.
As daylight breaks, police find the gruesome remains.
All that remained of Catherine was her right foot, and little remained of Greg.
Thanks to Stacy Lee's confession, Kim's quickly arrested. Her delusion of taking over the horse farm would never be realized.
Would Kim have regret? None. There will be no remorse from Kim Snibson. It's not in her nature.
I sat there in that courtroom for a couple of weeks and she didn't seem to be shedding any tears.
Andrew Flintjar was found guilty of kidnapping and sentenced to 7 years. Stacey Lee Caton was jailed for 16.5 years for aiding and abetting murder. On September 5th, 2008, Kim Snipson is found guilty of murdering Greg Hossa and Catherine McKay. She is sentenced to 32 years.
I think Kim's the only person that really knows why she did what she did.
A small town in Australia will never be the same.
Made people wonder, well, it could happen to anybody. And I think it really shook people up.
A person who does this lacks the quality that makes us human beings.
It's unlikely Kim feels remorse for what she did. Sociopaths never do. If she ever does emerge from prison, watch out.